Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm Neil and today we're checking out the Blackstar Amped 2 again, but today I'm going to take you through the steps which I use to get a real scorching high gain tone out of this thing. Okay guys, so in the first video in particular I talked about how you can get a real high gain tone out of this thing, a real tight scorching metal tone, and a lot of you guys have asked me questions about it because you didn't really understand it fully, or maybe I didn't explain it well enough. Well, in this video I'm going to explain it as well as I can, and I'm going to show you some shots of how I've got it set up. So first of all, the tracks that you will hear very soon will be the Amped 2 going direct straight into the interface. In two of the sound clips on this demo, I am using the Sonicake Blue Skreamer as a clean boost in front of the Amped 2. Let's talk about the clean boost first of all. That basically means a very small amount of gain, level up full, and then on this particular pedal I've got the treble up pretty high there, the tone up pretty high, as you can see there. It's about 3 o'clock, but that's because this is quite a dark pedal and I really want to use it to enhance the high end and tighten things up. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the high gain tones that I got in this video. First of all, I'm going to put a screenshot of the Amped 2 up there on your screen so you can see all the dials and all the controls that are available. And then when I'm describing to you what I do, you will be able to hopefully visualize exactly what I'm talking about. So on the Amped 2, the amplifier section has gain, bass, middle, treble and master, which is pretty simple. That's what you would expect on most amps, and that's what we use all the time as guitarists. Underneath there is a little toggle switch that says USA, UK and Classic. Now the USA one is kind of a Fenderish, twangy, clean, and it is extremely clean, and it is the most clean tone on this thing. Now when you switch all the way down to Classic, Classic is like a cranked JCM 800 to me. So what I'm saying here is if you crank up the gain pretty high on the amplifier section and you are on Classic mode, then you can get like an old school dark JCM 800 crunch. If you then look across to the left hand side, you will see the drive section. Now if you have this on drive mode, which is basically the distortion mode, this then provides enough gain over the top of the JCM 800 Classic amp to provide you with a scorching high gain tone without using any boost or any other pedals, so you are just using the Amped 2. So without further ado, let's listen to the Amped 2 on Classic mode using the drive over here on the left hand side as I've just described. But what I will warn you guys about is if you are not using MIDI, when you switch the drive off, you will not have a totally clean tone there underneath. You will have kind of a JCM 800 crunch style tone. So I don't know what you guys thought of that, but that's a pretty decent tone within its own right without using any external pedals. And it's almost like using the drive section of the Amped 2 as a boost for its preamp section, in my opinion. So the next way that we are going to use this thing is we are going to select the USA mode on the amplifier section, which is the cleanest mode that you can get. So you can have your clean channel there. And then we're going to hit the drive section on the left hand side, again set to drive, but we are going to have a Sonicake Blue Skreamer boost, clean boost in front of this thing, and in my opinion this is probably the most metal way of using it. It sounds really, really good, really precise, really articulate, and it's very, very chunky and thick on the palm mutes. Like I said, if you do it this way, then to get back to clean you would turn off your Sonicake clean boost and your drive off, and then you'll be back on a very, very nice USA clean. So let's check these settings out. This is the main way that I use the pedal most of the time. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that clip. That's my favourite way of using the pedal. But now we're going to do something a little bit different. In the first clip, I showed you how much gain you can get out of the amplifier section by using the classic mode and cranking the gain up pretty high. And I boosted that using the channel's own drive section. In this part of the video, I'm not going to actually boost it with the drive section. The drive is going to be off. I'm just going to boost it with a Sonicake blue Skreamer in front of it as a clean boost. Again, unless you use a MIDI foot switch with saved presets on, you're going to have to go without a clean channel if you're playing live. A lot of metal players don't use a clean channel ever out there. But for those guys that do need a clean channel, and you will need a MIDI foot switch where you can switch between the amplifier modes. So let's check this third tone out and see what it sounds like. Okay guys, so which was your favourite? Which did you prefer? Again, I think it's very lucky for me. I don't want to use MIDI myself to switch this thing around. I just want to use it as simple as I can. So I think for me, my favourite way is putting the Sonicake blue Skreamer in front of the drive channel and then still keeping a clean channel over here using USA mode on the amplifier. Please don't forget that there is still a power amp switch over here on the right hand side, which is called a response switch. And this selects different voicings, different tube versions in the amp too. And you can switch between them as you dial in different tones using different ways, which I've shown you, because you will probably prefer different power amp responses for different tones dialed in using different boosts and different drives. Let me know in the comments below which was your favorite way to dial in the amp 2. I hope this helps some of you guys out there that got confused when I said I use a drive channel to kind of boost the amplifier channel. If you want to purchase a Sonicake blue Skreamer or any other Sonicake gear to go with this pedal, then go down there below and click on the affiliate link. It will take you to the Sonicake website, and every time you purchase anything off there, it really helps support the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.